Good morning, traders. That was strange. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. So, thank you for your patience, and also thank you for your patience over the last few weeks as I have been slammed. But that is okay. I'm gonna turn my audio off here. I'm hearing myself talk, and it freaks me out when I hear myself talk. Anyway, I've not been deathly ill or anything like that. If you've heard, I've been very, very busy with the launch of the newest Framework Fortune blockchain community project, DLA DAO. We'll talk about that maybe later, but for now, we need to catch up on what's going on. Now, clearly, the NASDAQ has, no surprise there. If you've done your analysis, you should saw this coming. Even 3 years ago, you could have saw this coming. But anyway, if you're out there right now and times are tough, I mean, it's going to be tough for everybody. This is a bad economy we're in. Obviously, at this point, it's clear the Federal Reserve has just been talking air. They said inflation was not going to continue. It was going to be transitory. I said BS. Here we are. Now, my next prediction was we were going to have a reversal in October because they were going to go too aggressive and try to raise interest rates, or at least talk like they were going to try to do some more interest rate rakes. And it was like Jerome Powell the other day. He was on one. He was really, really on one. But the truth of the matter is, every central bank around the world pretty much has already started reversing course on quantitative easing, on their raising of the interest rates and all of that. They're going to start back with quantitative easing. Jerome Powell can talk all he wants, does not matter. He knows what's going on, and apparently now does the rest of the stock market, as we have cracked, got huge rejection off of this downtrend. If you were in the Discord, the Framework Fortune Discord, on I believe it was Thursday, right before this big candle drop, I sent this screenshot and said clear textbook head and shoulders pattern. We are going down, and we have now cracked 12.5, so this uptrend here is gone. We can just take that out, and we gotta God, this looks so awful. Oh man, look at this. Little bit of indecision there. Basically, I would say that looks like shorters covering from this little bounce there, or from this big dive that we had the other day, and then now today we're dumping more. So coming out the gate dumping. So let's go ahead and get into what is happening, if we got any trades that could be possible to take. As far as where the NASDAQ's going next, I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. You know, we have the support down here. This was an inverse head and shoulders. You know, the inverse of this head and shoulders up here, opposite. So now I would say we're going to come down to 11.5. If we do not hold 11.5 on the NASDAQ, we are going to 10, okay, 10,000. If 10,000 doesn't hold, now I kind of expect 10,000 to be a slowdown point. We are very close to October. The Feds reverse course and start lowering interest rates and start pumping money back into the market. Well, that 10,000 area could hold. Right now we're on a straight down course for that 11.5, so we'll see. Maybe that 11.5 holds through October, and then we see the Feds reverse course and we get another little bull run out of the market. And it could be another big bull run. It's hard to say how much they can get away with printing more money and buying up assets. Now, one thing to note though, if you use ATMs, there is a cash shortage. There is a US dollar paper shortage. ATMs everywhere don't have cash. Stores are not taking cash. They're taking credit cards only. There is a cash shortage, US dollar shortage. The reason that is because of them clicking that button for the quantitative easing since 2000. When you have paper physical money that's out there. I don't want to call it money, physical currency that's out there, and you start printing more on paper, or not on paper, but on a computer, you're just putting numbers. Well, of course, that is going to catch up. there, there's way more dollars that they say there is than there actually is. That is the problem with inflation. And we're seeing a cash shortage, which means that everybody is being forced to go digital, which follows my prediction that everything was going to blockchain. That's why we have our own blockchain project now, the DLA DAO, because we are getting in early. It only makes sense. Framework Fortune will have its own blockchain project too here very soon. So everything is going to blockchain whether people want it to or not. They are being forced to go to that. What are you going to do if you mainly use cash and there's no actual paper cash for you to get? And then what are you going to do, right? Everything's going digital, and if it goes the way they all want it to, all the big powers in the world, which at this point you should know who they are. If you don't, definitely go back and watch some of my live streams. Okay, we got a couple of people. Let me get in the comments real quick before I start diving into trades. Look at this, just absolutely disgusting. So, it's like I said in the beginning, it's tough. It's really tough. I prepared, so I'm not being affected. Like I've been saying, I'm not in the stock market. This was the reason why. I did not want to be in the stock market because it is a scary death ride. This whole time since the beginning of this year has been a scary death ride down. So I don't want it to do anything to do with it. I'm in cryptos right now, still in gold and silver. Those prices have dropped. But we'll see how the futures look on oil, because I think we're about to see oil go real bullish again. Yeah. I need to fix this right here. There we go. Got too much space there. I couldn't find my other scanners. All right, so let's run through. Well, first we'll just go ahead and start seeing what we got. So TMC's up. That's a metal stock. Nice little rip there so far today. 87 up to $1.04. So some metal is up. I don't know if it's precious metals yet. Let's take a look. Come on. Gold's moving a little bit. It just bounced around my scanner there. There we go. Nope, come on. Come on, gold. There we go. Huh, that's weird. Actually, gold dipping even more. The funny thing is, and I'm going to show you guys this real quick. What's up, Lori Lee? How are you? What's up, Stonks? I don't know if I said what's up to you or not. The Starbucks is starting to go cashless starting October. See? If you just, you don't have to be an economic specialist to figure this stuff out. You just got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Like that cash ATM thing, I need cash every once in a while because most of my stuff is, in cryptos, decentralized for this exact reason right here. What's going on with the U.S. dollar and economy. But, all you got to do is just look around. I keep hearing this. This is the thing that's driving me the most crazy. Since gas prices dropped some, I keep hearing people say, yeah, it's better now. No, it's not. It's not better. Just because it's $1 cheaper than it was, it's still $3-something or $4-something. That's still bad. You should still be mad and should still be frustrated with the federal government for their decisions and what they've done as far as that goes. That's not better. You're saving $1, but you're still paying $2-3 more higher than you were a year ago. So it doesn't, or 2 years ago, whatever it was, it just doesn't make sense. It just drives me. I've heard so many people say that, and I'm like, no, don't be happy about that. I've seen the White House press secretary push that too. Yeah, it's better. Things are better because gas is $1 cheaper. It's still $3 to $4, and some states may be higher depending on where you're at. But anyway. The gold dropping and stuff. That's what I was about to show you guys. You bought BWV yesterday at 2.8 and wanted to buy Forge instead. Forge ripping harder. You got to take it as a learning lesson. We have watch lists, and not every stock on the watch list are going to do what we expect, and that's why we got to have the plan. You know, you got to have your stop losses. You missed Forge, but you'll get another opportunity. There's always trades. We're in a dying NASDAQ right now, and we'll see what type of trades. I'm sure there's something green on the day. Well, we already know one thing. I've looked at this TMC as metal stock. It's green on the day, up 15%. And I haven't even got to the rest of the scanners. But real quick, I want to point this out, and this is important to what we were talking about with the economy and everything. Uh-oh, there's Sambo. Sambo's going crazy already. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Trading View. Oh, that's the wrong screen there. Did you guys miss Sam barking? The last 2 weeks, did you miss his sultry singing voice? Show us the dollar chart going to zero. Absolutely, that's exactly what I was about to do. Thank you, One Life. You're right on track. Good job, man. I'm glad you're on point. So let's go ahead and pull that DXY up. Now, this is the most important thing that you got to look at. All right, when we're looking at all the economics, all these markets, crypto, stocks, gold, everything. The U.S. dollar is running into, this downtrend. It's also running into this previous resistance. Lots of resistance. We have high inflation. The dollar is, if the dollar is strengthened, then explain to me why it still costs $5 for a carton of eggs, or the groceries are still expensive. If your purchasing power is supposedly this high, why are you not feeling it? Why is every time you go into the grocery store, you buy 5 items and it's still $100? This is a false nonsense, like I've said before, push on the dollar. The only reason the dollar has pushed up, not because anything the Feds have done, is because of all the money coming out of the NASDAQ and coming out of all the cryptos. Cryptos are down 100%, or 80 to 100% on the year. They've been rebounding since. If you're one of my peeps who's a Atom follower, then you know. But anyway, so that U.S. dollar, when we compare it to the way the NASDAQ looks, here's the NASDAQ going straight up. I'm going to put this on a double chart. We're going to look at these side by side. All right. We are going to see something happen. The dollar cannot keep strengthening. It's not strengthening, like it's strengthening on a chart, but realistically it's not. If that was the case, gas would be $1 and you'd be able to get, a carton of eggs for $1, maybe even 87 cents. That's not what is happening right now. So when we compare this downtrend of the US dollar to the NASDAQ started that pull down. So as the NASDAQ pulled down from the beginning of this year, what happened? The dollar went up, because when money leaves the NASDAQ, when money leaves the crypto markets, when it leaves gold and silver, it's going back into US dollar. So that means basically you purchase gold, you buy it with $1, but realistically all you're doing is trading your dollar piece of paper for that piece of gold. So you are buying the dollar back for the gold or the crypto or whatever it is. And that's why you see this direct correlation on the chart. Now, the NASDAQ is very close. Oh, I got both dollars up here. What is going on? Why is that? Hold on a second. Oh, no. Okay, that is the NASDAQ. I thought I had both dollar charts for a second. I said, that doesn't make sense. This is good. Okay. I was just looking at the wrong thing. My bad. Never mind on that. But yeah, the NASDAQ cracks. Yeah, the NASDAQ cracks right here. This is that 11.5 area that I was just talking about earlier. We've got that next drop down to 10,000. Well, that's more US dollar that could come out of here and could start pushing the dollar up more. That's going to continue to give people false hopes that the economy is recovering. Meanwhile, inflation is still going up. When they start to do inflation, you look right here in QE, January 2008, the dollar will strengthen, but not as normal. It'll be a lot more volatile with QE, and it's been that way. That's why I hate stable coins in the crypto market. It makes no sense to have a stable coin backed off of the US dollar, because the US dollar, as you can see, is not stable itself. It doesn't go flat. It just does all this nonsense. So when all that money comes out, it could continue to strengthen the US dollar, as well as the money coming from cryptos if they continue to drop. However, I'm in the camp that thinks that the money that is going to come out, that is coming out into this dollar, is going to go into cryptos and gold and silver. And the reason why is because they are all down lower on the year than the DX, or than the US dollar. Or not, see, this is what's confusing me. It doesn't say NASDAQ over here. Then the NASDAQ chart. So that direct correlation we are going to see here soon. And this is why I'm saying October, because I think the Feds are going to reverse course. And we're going to see here very soon this dollar start to come back down as the US dollars start to get put in the lower priced markets. So it's going to get real weird and interesting. It's going to be a crazy end of this year. I can at least promise you that. So anyway, just be smart about it, you know. Now, will the dollar go to zero? Technically, if we go digital, then yes. Just off of that basis, yes, the dollar would absolutely be at zero. It'd be the same thing as whatever China's currency was before the digital yuan. So like it's not even a big deal for them to make the dollar worthless to zero and then switch to a new currency. China's already done it. It's going to be other countries following suit. And America is, if you haven't been reading a lot of the business headlines, America has done quite a bit of partnerships here with China lately. So, oh boy, this whole list of my positions, well, they're not my positions, but my watch list. Let's see what we got going on here. So BKKT is crypto, that's down. Smith & Wesson's down. Coinbase is down. Gold still dumping. NIOs. NIO. This is an interesting one because the Chinese EVI play. I always keep it on watch. One thing about this daily chart, though, is we have this nice support built right across about 19-20 bucks. And that's held up so far. We got a little triangle pattern here. A little wedge forming on the daily as well. But I kind of expect the Chinese stocks to hold up better than the U.S. stocks if the NASDAQ starts crashing. Yeah, this whole list is red. And that's because the NASDAQ is still crashing. Look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. People's 401ks are getting destroyed right now. And that's not funny to laugh at. I'm not laughing at that. This is a sad time in history. Like, a lot of people are getting hurt very badly. And, yeah, like One Life DB, I'm not even going to entertain any conversation or discussion that is about that. So, if you comment anything about any of this, I'm just going to ignore it. Because this is serious. If you didn't think it was serious up here, well, I hope you think it's serious now. You know, I know people personally who didn't pull their 401ks at the top of the market or last year or anything like that. They held them expecting the market to always go up, and now their 401ks is starting to look rough. Especially, oh God. So you see that my watch list, before I've even looked at anything else, my watch list had some green on it. And then as soon as we just had this big pullback, every single thing on my watch list turned red. And that's the thing that I've been saying for like the last month. Doesn't matter if it's a penny stock or what type of stock it is. They are listed on the NASDAQ. When the NASDAQ really pulls back and dies like this, it's going to affect everything. Let's go look at the top 10% gainers and see what we got. Let's see what possible trades we got. Enough of my economic talk. But I'm just letting everybody know I do not think it's going to get better. If you think it's going to get better, at least think about maybe preparing. Golly, Forge just got destroyed. So Forge and that's what Laura Lee was talking about. Forge had a nice rip, but as soon as the market dropped, looks like this thing's halted right now, but just got destroyed. Gave back everything in that 15-minute candle. Oof. See, and that's the thing right now. With the NASDAQ being so volatile, and with the NASDAQ being in this downtrend and nastiness, plays like this, on an uptrending bull market, Forge probably could have kept uptrending. But because the NASDAQ is having quick, all of a sudden drops, that's what you're going to get across the whole entire stock market. Because every institution, everybody out there who is, adept at trading is going to have their eyeball on the NQ or some future, because when those futures drop hard, everything drops hard. Now, we may see a nice little rebound because that was quite a hard drop on the NASDAQ very fast. And that little rebound, oh God, it's still dropping. Well, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, this is rough. I don't even know. Well, let me look around here and see if there's any trades. All the high floats are red. That metal stock is now red. Whatever that is, AMWD, just bent fishing rod running that 200-day on the daily. Nothing there. AAUOT. Let's see. Crude oil falls sharply. So oil just fell. That's weird. I'm going to have to read some of this headline, see what the hell's going on in all the economics today. That's got 13 million shares. This American Outdoor Brands had a little gap up. It is uptrending, but it's going to be uptrending right into $10, which is going to be very strong resistance. You got 10 across there. You've also got this line right across here. What is that, 9? So yeah, 9 on the daily chart is also resistance. So it's getting rejected at 9. If it can't break 9, it's going to come back down as well. More than likely, with the NASDAQ dropping like it is, resistance lines are going to hold up way stronger, and support lines are going to be like, a sumo wrestler in a 1978 Kentucky mobile home trailer. They're just going to fall right through. Okay, so Forge is unhalted now. Let's go on this chart. Let me fix my chart real quick. This looks crazy. Yeah, no wonder. Got all these crazy extra spaces. It still didn't do anything. Oh, I know what the problem is. Why this doesn't look right. I don't have... Oh, I don't need that. Need at least have my level 2 up here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Forge is trying to hold. Wait. So 450 is the resistance it's running into. And of course 5. 5's always strong support and resistance, natural. I don't know. It's so volatile. I mean, if the NASDAQ starts rebounding, we could see another push back up on this off of this, but I don't know. Your trend line is right there. It may have to come down to this trend line, but if it can't hold this uptrend, then it is definitely going to go red. And a little nice push so far back up to 430. Let's go see something. Let's go see it. Let's see what's happening over here on the NQ real quick. Ooh, NQ opening up on this 15-minute candle. Okay. NQ opening up on this 15-minute candle and going down, so that's scary. We're not getting any type of rebound. Okay, so maybe what are you guys watching? Because I don't know if that AOUT is about to crack. That's what I was just saying there. Yeah, let's put Forge on the watch list. A lot higher float than I would like, but it's moving like a low float. I mean, it ripped dollars already, and then off of that $4 bounce there after the halt, up to 450. Looks like it just got halted again though. Did it just get halted again? I think it did. Oh no, there it goes. See that? Maybe that was my computer messing up or something, or my internet or something. I don't know. You see 450 really holding its resistance. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. See if it breaks through 450 here. It's trying. Bid starting to stack. Nice size buyer there. Okay, nice stacking up to 460. Very nice. So that 450 bid held. Now it's probably going to get, well, I don't know if it's going to get altered or not. So this is what I was saying earlier, Lori. You know, you might have missed out on the initial rip, but there's still always going to be more opportunities. And this thing's pretty, let's see, how much volume's it got? Wow. 5 million in volume on 171 shares. There must be a lot more shares held by institutions or something. Because this little bit of, see, this is the weird things that have been happening in the market. Things with light volume going on nice rips. Now, if this hits $5 and it does not break over this tops of these two bodies, then this would be a triple top, and I would most certainly, actually, I would imagine this may be a wedge pattern for the rest of the day, unless the Nasdaq starts to rebound some. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. It's still holding that 450 pretty strong. Another little back test there and back up into the 460s. Oh, we've got a bunch. Let's see here. What's up, SB? What's up, GD? Mr. Dice, transition from USD to digital dollar, death of liberty. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. That's something I've been preaching for a while. You control the currency, you control the world. All right? And that's just how it is. This is how it's been. See, One Live said SDS. Let's pull SDS up real quick. So another rejection off of 450. So could not hold that 450 support, or the 450 resistance as new support. Hard rejection. Wicking down there, and this candle's, that 15-minute candle's got 10 minutes left, so still a lot of time in it. But if the Nasdaq just keeps dumping and dumping, then whoops, what is SDS? So SDS, oh, what is this? A reverse ETF? Pro shares, let me go over here. Where's it at? Analyze. So they got some options in there. Yeah, this is a inverse ETF. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, if the market's crashing, inverse ETFs is a way to be in short without actually being a shorter. You know, anybody can buy in the ETFs and stuff. But one thing to keep in mind about ETFs, some of them have it's a fee. I think it's a maintenance fee or something like that. Of course, it's not very much, but it's something to be aware of if you are holding for like a short swing or something like that, or a long term, because you think the Nasdaq's just going to keep dying or whatever. On any EFT, you want to check and see if they have that, and you can usually see that by going to their website. Any EFTs, Pro Shares, you could pull up there where you could Google Pro Shares and pull it up and find this SDS. All of them have this type of thing. So the interesting thing is, when you're trading these inverse ETFs that are inverse, which I'm not sure if this is the inverse of the exactly NASDAQ or what it's the inverse of, but obviously it's the inverse of something that has to do with the NASDAQ. What you can do is I'll unlink my charts if I'm going to make these trades, because you can day trade these ETFs as well with these, especially in this volatile market. Okay, let's put it in the NQ there. There you go. So, whoops. Drawing, and then you just put them both on a 15-minute chart. So, this, you put the NASDAQ on one chart, you put the inverse on the other chart, you can see clearly that's how you trade these. Not too complicated. NASDAQ goes down, inverse goes up. Now, don't get confused with volatility ETFs or volatility ETNs, okay? This one I don't think is volatility, but I don't know for sure. I'm not familiar with this one, like I said, so it could be the case that it may have some volatility in there, but any ETFs or ETNs that include volatility are going to have a... Okay, so back in 2020, when the market crashed from the COVID dip, I played TVIX as an inverse ETF. I only bought one share at $200, and the market had that crash, and the one share of my TVIX play was worth $1,000 at the bottom of that market. Now, I ended up not selling that one share until about $600 because I learned this lesson that I'm about to tell you about ETNs and ETFs. With volatility mixed in, it can switch. So TVIX ran the same way SDS is, and I'm not saying SDS has the volatility, I don't know, but it ran like this was against the NASDAQ. However, once the Fed started doing QE and the volatility kind of went dead for a moment because we were at the bottom, the TVIX actually switched and matched up with the NASDAQ because there was no volatility in either one. So that can happen. Keep that in mind. I ended up only locking that one share of TVIX out, I think, for $600. Not a bad investment for one share. It's all on the live streams before. But that is something to keep in mind. Now, this one, like I said, this doesn't look like it's a volatility. It looks like it's inverse of the NASDAQ pretty much directly. But you can see right there, SDS hitting that high a day, having a pullback. NASDAQ hitting a low a day and pushing back up. I mean, it's like a mirror. So, that's what I'm saying. This is like a real nice way to trade. Just have both charts up like that. All right. Anyway, that is an option. That is always an option in the markets. Even as a day trader, is that you can day trade inverse ETFs and ETFs. Better. I would say common sense would be to trade the ETFs longer if you're going long on them, maybe in a bullish market, and not so much that in a bearish market, because these things can rip. And that's the thing with the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ goes down to 10, SDS is going to I don't know exactly where it could go, but I would say it would go higher than 50. All right, anyway, so the NASDAQ is having that little rebound we just saw, and we can see it clearly on the inverse. So now we might actually start to see some green. Yeah, so forge back up, testing 450. Actually, might break right here. Let's see. See if this 450 starts to hold. We got a little bit of support trying to hold at 445. We need to see the bid stack 450. Nope, rejection. Rob, you said your ride is here? Where are you taking off? Where are you taking off to? Nice one, Life. Nice locking in that profit on that inverse ETF, riding that big dip down. That's the way you do it in a downtrending market. Now imagine if you would have actually done the analysis I told you to do last year, and you would have actually done that trade at the beginning of this year. And when I said the market was going to start crashing, could have that would have been quite a position. But no, you're a day trader, great day trade, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, Forge is really struggling with that 450. Let me look around and see if there's anything else. That looks like garbage. Yeah, that looks like garbage. I think I saw H was talking about this in his live stream when he traded. Did he take a trade on this? This is too big of a gap up. I mean, I can't imagine he took a trade yet on this. I think maybe he's looking. If he was looking for something on this, he would be looking for that support area to hold. But I don't really like any. Let me see on the daily here. Yeah, so you do have the 10-day right there at 330. And that's where that wick down to is right around that 330. So possibly if support starts to hold it around here, actually it's in the same position where it needs to hold over a 50-cent mark. It's right here at 350, tested as resistance, tested as support last candle, but you can see on that level 2 that needs to get taken out. A lot of sellers sitting there. And any PR on this? Any reason to trade this at all? Oh, it's a newer IPO. Okay. I don't know about that. NIAB. What do we got going on here? See, this one seems like it's already ripped. Yeah, double top right here on the daily. Hit that 333 mark back here. Also a support, 2 double bottoms. Bottom here, bottom here. So that's a lot of resistance at $3. It is uptrending, sort of. All right, excuse me. Let's see, what is this? What is this up? This is up 127%. Golly, yikes! Wow, if you traded this IPO to the long, you just got your account blown up. Oh my goodness. And we've seen IPOs, they've been hot, but the Nasdaq crashing, it does not matter. All the analysis goes out the window when the Nasdaq decides it's time for it to go out the window. God, I want to see us on a 5-minute. This is crazy. This is like we've seen this twice in the last week, I think. I'm going to have to actually make a 5-minute. I never look at the 5-minute. I don't even have it. I keep forgetting that. There we go. I like a 5-day 5-minute. I like to see what's going on the previous days, right? It's like you don't watch a movie from the middle of the movie or watch the movie at the end of the movie. You want to watch it over the 5 days. Oh, wow. No wonder this is not showing up for me. Well, the 5 days is not going to make sense for this because it's an IPO, but this is literally the first 5 minutes. This is a 5-minute candle, and this is a 5-minute candle. Wow. Nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So, God, that is such a pullback. Himpaco, they IPO'd at $6 per share. So whatever happened between, oh man, this was oh, I hope nobody got destroyed by that. That's rough. That is rough. What do we got here? Phase is looking pretty good. Why is it showing? Oh, there we go. Go back into my 15-minute. So Phase is above all EMAs, IPO'd in July, has a nice uptrend. Now, it did have a spike today, but you can see the uptrend just off of the EMAs, but if you actually want to draw it, There, whoops, there's your uptrend. It is off of the uptrend. But we do have, looks like $20 is testing as support and resistance, which is also right around the top of this candle. So basically, this just needs to reclaim $20 as support, and it might be a play today if the NASDAQ doesn't just keep dying. See, nice little U-shape there on the 15-minute coming up to that $20 mark. Actually, on that 15-minute, you had a triple bottom there too. Triple bottom on these wicks. And then 19 even held up as support on the bodies of these candles, all these candles. Oh, and look at that too. I didn't even notice that right off the bat. This 19 area is also the previous day's high. So you look, a lot of support. If that reclaims 20, that could start moving. How flow? That's 72 million shares. I'm going to put that on the watch list because that is looking like a possible play here. I don't know how much more it could rip because, like I said, it's as a new IPO, and it just hit a high year today at 24.69. So we actually are starting to attack that 20 level right now. Let's see if we can break through it. Battling. Okay, there's a bid at 20. A couple of bids at 20 starting to stack. Oh, they got taken out. See if they can keep stacking. We want to see these buyers keep coming in on 20 and push it up. See, 20 still acting as resistance because it's on the ask side, the sell side. Need to hold up on this bid. Okay. Interesting play. I am going to start trading again soon too. But I'm just in the middle of moving. So give me a couple of weeks to get moved and settled in. We did just reclaim 20. Got some resistance up at 2010. Looks like we're going to try to test for 2025. We do want to see this 20 continue to hold, though. There's a little back test of the 20. We got 5-cent spread. So far, holding pretty good. Buyers continue to hold up the 20 area. We should start seeing new buyers and new volume come into this. $250 is going to be next resistance after 225. Or 2025, sorry. It's a $20 stock. Yeah, okay. Hitting 2020. Give me. Feel like I had a rabbit's foot stuck in my mouth. That bad dry mouth. Couldn't even talk. Okay. Now. We're testing 2025 now. So that would, off of that bounce, is the triple bottom, like I said, off at 19 support. That would have been a nice entry, maybe even 1950, pushing up over at 2030 now. Next wick up is 2071. Let's see if we get to 2050 here. See a little bit of buying volume starting to creep in. Buyers still aren't comfortable yet because we're not into a new support level. Like $20 is still that resistance and support. Very nice. That back test held up. We got bid all the way up to 2021. Do have some selling at 2030. This is why I analyze penny stocks, because it's all $1, $3. It's not a bunch of extra zeros. No, I'm just kidding. That's not why, but that would be funny if I was that lazy. Let's see here. It's still struggling. Yeah, so we're back testing 20 again. We need to see it hold up. Bids are trying to stack. See, we wicked out on that. We still got plenty of time on this 15-minute candle. Still got 14 minutes, though. Oh, there's a pullback below 20. Whoops, come on now. So that's what I was saying. The buyer, we didn't have confirmation yet of the breakout. The support never held. Like, to look for that breakout, you gotta have support hold at the old resistance level. The old resistance has to become new support. So we're starting to try to reclaim 20 again. And it's like the third little back test on this 15-minute candle. Up. 20 starting to give it up again. So I'm up for a minute while this is battling out, because I don't know if this is going to move right away. It could if 20 is holding good, but it's still sketchy. I'm going to see if there's any other plays out there. Yeah, Forge giving it up. Just dying right there. That oh God, this IPO is a halt fest. It just came out of that halt and bounced up a couple of dollars, halted again. That's a scary situation. Nice. INAB did have that little bounce off of this uptrend that I drew, so that confirms that uptrend. So now that's a possible play. Again, though, you don't have up to 375, but you know, $2, $2.90 for the $3 breakout. Even if you get 25 cents, 50 cents, something like that, that's still pretty good on a $3 stock. But you do have an uptrend forming. Do need to wait about 12 more minutes for this candle to close, possibly, unless it starts to go. I don't think it's going to go on this candle. I think we're going to need to see like one more candle kind of slide up a little bit higher, and then maybe we see a push, because this $3 is definitely strong resistance. How is FaZe doing? FaZe still battling it out. It's $20 area. Blue Apron. Ooh, Blue Apron's ripping. And I can see exactly why. I had this mapped out on my chart here. I was looking at this last week, I think, and I was thinking, Blue Apron, this daily chart was looking real interesting. So we have a huge wedge on Blue Apron, and that's what is testing right now, actually. This was since August 15th, so about 2 weeks of a wedge forming, big triangle forming on the daily. Now we are in a downtrend, but Apron is above all EMAs now, so this looks like it's very close to some type of breakout. If it gets rejected here, it'll probably come back down at 6 again, but I would say keep this one on watch for the rest of the week. I'm going to put that on my watch list there. What are you doing, Forge? Forge pushing back up. Okay, so Forge is still alive. Forge starting to reclaim 450. And the NQ must be rebounding right now. It must be having a little bounce or something. Yeah, so the NQ bouncing a little bit. This is the uptrend that's going to need a hold, which not looking promising. But that's about the same time as these other trend lines. Forge testing at 450 now. Oh, Apron has reclaimed 20. Testing this 2030. This is about to get a test of 2050. 2050 might break out here. Let's see. Big spread. 10 to 20 cent spread between the bid and ask. Another test of 2050. Got 2 rejections so far that I was able to see off of for 2050. So I don't know if it got rejected beforehand. God, that spread is all over the place. Yeah, see, still back testing 20 again. And we're back under that little 20-30. Yeah, okay. I mean, there was a nice little bounce. You could have got that 50 cents if you were playing this and got in down there in the 1950, something like that. But that 20 is really struggling. All right, APRN still testing that. Forge rejection at 450 again. So NASDAQ's down. We're in a bear market. Resistance lines are holding up really strong. We are not breaking very easily. Last week, last couple of weeks, we were in an uptrending market. I did do a few live streams. It's only, a short time period uptrending market. Of course, the overall year is down, but okay. Yeah, Lauren called CFVI. Lauren and you, Lori, y'all both been calling out some nice calls. Everybody's been around for a while. You guys have all been. Why am I typing Lauren in? Did you guys see that I was typing Lauren in? Hold on a second before I look at that. This thing is trying to retest this 450. What was that? What was it? I just saw it with my eyes. Where did it go? CFVI. That's what it was. All right. So another rejection at 450 there. Phase getting hard rejected off of 20 that time. Apron hard rejection off of that. So these plays are going to have to pull back at the moment. Well, we still got a few minutes on this candle. We'll see how the next candle opens up. See, INAB, let's put that on the watch list. You can see that tried to come up, but rejection at $3. $3 hold number resistance. So again, that's got to get above $3 and hold a support. MJM cracked that support, so this was just a death spiral, nothing there. OKYO, I don't like that at all. It looks dumb. Let's check over here. BWV, this is the one you said you were in, Lori. Actually doesn't look too bad at the moment. VRAX looks horrible. That looks horrible. Apron we already got on there. Oh, gosh. Oof. Boy, that drug play I was watching in H Street, that thing is nasty. That is gross. All right. I believe... Yeah, that's it. These are the only three plays I'm seeing right now, unless you're going inverse ETF. Possibly INAB, Forge. We're starting to claim 450 again. Now, if phase loses volume here and doesn't break 20 right now, and INAB cracks this trend line, because we are in a downtrend, it's got to break over. That's what I'm saying. I want to see the next candle open up a little bit higher, because it'll be opening above this downtrend. If those two start to crack and Forge can hold 450, the volume from those two might come over here. Oh yeah, Apron we got to keep an eye on too. Because Apron's daily chart, like I said, looks really nice. But I don't know yet. We need a little bit more time here. See what's going to happen. But yeah, all of you have been doing a great job, even though, I haven't been live streaming. I have been in HH Traders chat, and I've seen Donnell locking out profits left and right, taking scalps all through this crazy market. Lori's been having some fire calls. Lauren's had some fire calls. Let's see, who else? You guys know, I can't, Reliable Rudy, our new media network member and also developer, part of the asset management team of the DLA DAO project. He's been on fire. A lot of you guys have been just killing it, and I'm glad to see it. I'm glad that this is what I want. If I can go away for 2 weeks and not live stream, and y'all are making profits, and I'm nowhere around to be heard from or anything, that's what I want. I do not want followers. I want traders. Followers, those are for the politicians. I don't want sheep. I want independent idea thinkers who are able to think for themselves and make trades for themselves. So actually, round of applause to all of you for that. I'm really proud of this community and how far everybody has come. And if you're new to the community, I hope you see as much success with your trading as these great community members who's been around for so long. Let's see. Lori said you're mostly buying off support and selling when it rips. Hey, whatever works. Like I said, whatever works. If that strategy's working for you, actually INAB just opened up. And this is what I wanted to see on this next candle. Pushing up towards 3. So let's see if that one possibly gets a test or break of 3. Forge still just kind of iffy. Real quick though, I'm going to take a break because we're going to give the stream. I was late to the stream, so we'll give the stream about 30 more minutes, and I will be right back. All right, so INAB is getting this test of $3 right now. And it, wow, right through it, starting to claim the $3 support area. Still got sells at 301. Let's see if the bids keep stacking. Still struggling. Let's see. What are you saying here, Stonks? Yeah, applause for everybody, Lori. Exactly. One Life, Daniel B. I don't know what Daniel B's done today, but nice trade on that SDS. One Life. I know you needed to make it back from that loss on a firm from last week. Australian regulator has demanded Meta platforms, Apple, Snap, share their strategies for stamping out child. Oh, God. Oof, look at that. That was a hard, I was reading the comments, hard rejection off of that $3. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing hard rejections until something breaks. It may be Apron. Apron's gonna have to break $7, but let's see how far it could go after 7. Still a lot ahead of it. 750 all through back here. 850. But it's went straight up though out of this rip. INAB may be about to crack. That was a hard rejection. Yeah, we got 30 seconds left. It's going red on the last. Oh, I'm sorry. We got 5 minutes left, not 30 seconds. Well, okay. We need to give it 5 more minutes unless this cracks. As long as it holds above 275. Well, I would say 280. 280 is where it needs to hold right now. Forge, okay. Forge trying to push back up to 450 again. So we got, oh yeah, that's BWV play. That's what you were talking about, Lori. So you got kind of a wedge, kind of a U shape, but that downtrend's going to have to break. 350 is going to be very strong resistance. You can see those double tops. And what do we got here on the daily? Yeah, 350 is just going to be strong resistance, but that looks like it's U-shaping up to that resistance. Forge testing that 450. Since INAB cracked and Phase is not testing 20, we may see Forge try to break out here. Oh, nice push. Gets over the top of 465. There it goes. Boom. Nice push. Very beautiful push. All the way up to 480, it looked like on that wick. 486, actually. So 475 is going to need to claim next support. Is trying to do it now. Bids up to 480. Yeah, there's the 475 stacking. They got taken out. Trying to stack. Let's see if they can hold it. Starts to stack. We're going to see this up to 5. There we go. Beautiful stack. Beautiful stack. Almost up to 490. There's 490. Going to be a little resistance. Cut right through that. Here we are right up to 5. Little quick rejection right before 5. So, we've been seeing a lot of resistance lines not break, but we did just see a little 450 area break on this one. 5, I'm imagining it's going to be really tough. But this is the only play that I'm seeing at the moment that is starting to move back up. But if you did catch that off of that trend line, that's what we're looking for. A little double bottoms off the trend line, 415 up to $5. That's a 75-cent move on one little 15-minute candle. It's an ideal trade. Like, you don't need to get greedy in this type of market. That's a perfect trade right there. Saw the initial pullback, uptrend start to confirm, and then that even if you're waiting at that 450 break, you still got 30-40 cents out of that so far. Now it may not go all the way up at that point. Like I said, $5 is more than likely going to be really strong. We'll give it a chance here. I'm going to watch it for a second, see if it can break out, and then I'm going to move on to the news segment of the stream and call it a day, because the new live stream schedule will be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Time on this channel, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30 to 12:30 live stream crypto updates on the Framework Fortune crypto channel. So I'll be streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays twice a day, both times morning, and then still morning, right before noon, right around noon for the crypto stream to end. So if you haven't subscribed, we're going to test the $5 here. That's another test. The 475 still not quite holding yet. So it's two rejections off of $5. See if we can get this break, because I want to read that. I want to read this NASDAQ news before I go, so I can see what's going on. It's Monday. I like to read the news. Then I can cut it out and make one of Ben's hot takes. One of my news hot takes. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a rampage of a rant when I see this news. So you've been forewarned. This thing is trying. It keeps holding above 475. Bid stacking again. Oh, can they hold it? Starting to hold it. Look at that. 470. No, still couldn't hold it. 475 on the resistance side. Got 10 seconds for this candle to close on this 15-minute. If it can close over 475 and start pushing green, I think we're going to see at least some type of pop of that $5 area. Now, if we get rejected here at 475, we're coming back down the trend line. So yeah, it's starting to go green. Let's see if it's going to keep going green. Well, we still got to claim 475. It's going to claim it here or not. Looks like it's going to. Here comes the possible test of $5 here. Oh. Okay. That was a nice strong back test. We back tested 475 and immediately shot up to 485. 485 trying to hold as some support. Basically, once we get over 490, 490 is going to need to be new support for this to break that $5. See, INAB, that's done. Cracked that trend line. BWV, still not sure on. Oh, Apron did pop up over that trend line. So now it's hitting a triple top. If it does not break over 7 and hold over 7, this will be a triple top. It'll have to come back down on the daily. But Blue Apron, possible. Well, like I said, that was already a possible play. All right, Forge coming up to 5 here. A lot of sellers at 5. Hard rejection once. So they're starting to get cut through. Bam, right through 5. All right, but rejected again. Let's see it come back up for another push. If we fail to push back up to 5, it's coming back down. 475, still trying to hold. Ooh, looking a little weak. Gotta see that 475 hold. So far. Okay, bid's starting to stack again. Let's see if we get over the 480s. Still sketchy. There we go. 476. Bid's starting to push up now. We don't want to. Oh no! Oh no! Again, cracking that 475. We gotta hold up here. Yep. Starting to lose that 475 support for the time being. All right. Well, that's not going to break out right this second, but it was a nice bounce off of the trend line. Phase still hold it down to 19. It is below 19, but if it can get back above 19 to stay in this channel between 19 and 20, still could be a play. But like I said, to be in this high today, that may be all it had. Oh, Blue Apron pushing to 7 right now. We may have a breakout here on Blue Apron. Again, you know, that the best entry on this would have been down here where you had this indecision. We had this initial pop, little sell-off, indecision, support held right across that $6 area, and then started getting, this trend line. The second bounce would have been a nice area, but nope. No. A little rejection off 693, so that one not able to break yet. Forge is still hanging out in the 460s, so it's not dead. Hey, there's Rudy. What's up, Reliable Rudy? If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's got tons of analysis, multiple stocks. He's doing stock request analysis like I did before when I had time to do them. I might get back into doing those too. It's not like that playlist is going anywhere. I can always do more stock reviews. Just need to get everything settled with all the multiple things we got going on. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and get into the news. Phase is drop. Phase, like I said, maybe a play. BWV still maybe a play. Forge is reclaiming 475 at the moment, or trying to, so that may try to pop. But you got a battle, basically, let's see, between Forge, BWV, and Apron right now. BWV, if it pushes, push a little bit up there. If it breaks 350, it could start to get frisky. Let's see, at 50 day is at $4. So if it does break 350, you're gonna have 370. Well, first you're gonna have 365, this high a day, and then you're gonna have 375 as resistance, and then you're gonna have 4 as resistance. After 4, though, it opens up some, and you got some room to move. So, but that does look like it's at least going to try to test that 350 here soon. Slowly pushing up to it. Forge still in that indecision. Okay, let's read some of this NASDAQ news. I'll keep an eye on these, but so NASDAQ, couldn't even hold that trend line. It has a slight trend line now, but not much of one. Just a slight one. Okay, so yep. Fed worries, blah blah blah. Fed pivot only at, okay, right there. So another strategist, JP Morgan fund strategist, count on a Fed pivot reversal. Investors should brace for a battered housing market. Yeah, that's true. And the economy to be a wobbling on the edge of recession. We're already in a recession. I don't know why everybody is trying to not say that we're in a recession, but we are in a recession by definition. We've been in a recession since Q2. But whatever makes them feel better, I guess. So, anyway, before the Federal Reserve relents on its inflation flight, all that, it's going to get bad before they relent. That's what I was saying. Before they reverse course, they're going to let it get pretty rough. He said there was he had two takeaways from Jerome Powell's speech. Let's see. All right, here. Kelly expects the central bank to increase the Fed funds rate to a range of 3.7% by 4% by the end of the year, from 2.25 to 2.5 currently. hmm. The Fed could then stop hiking and hope that economy will just avoid a recession. That if that's where we're at, I'm not even reading the rest of this. If that's where we're at, we got to hope the economy will just avoid a recession. That's not a it's not an option. You can't just hope you can't hope the economy is going to be good and it just happened. Like Ford's close to this $5 test again. Talking crazy, man. BWV starting to push up too, getting a little bit more active. Oh no, actually it's pulling back a little bit. It's getting active to the downside. It looks like everything else might start felling here, and Forge might take over as the one trade that's going against the market. Especially if it can break up over the tops of these two candles and hold $5 as support. It's still got space. It's got room up to $5.50, $6, and then 50 days at $6.75. See if it's going to test here. Yeah. IRS is going to target everybody. Boom! Look at that pop. Beautiful pop. New high a day on Forge. Man, I hope some of y'all got this. Beautiful, beautiful play so far. Everything else died, so it only made sense, BWV started giving up. Apron rejected at 7, although Apron's coming back up for a test of 7 right now. Getting rejected so far, but we did have a nice breakout. As long as 5 holds on this, we can see this continue to push up. It is going to need to start holding 5.15 the tops of these candles though. But very nice play on Forge. That would be my ATM withdrawal for the day, and I would call it a day personally, but that's just me. Apron is getting real close. Just hit a new high today, 698. Let's see if we see 7s on the ask. Forge is starting to hold up 515. That's a strong sign. Pushing up to 520. So Forge is still fumbling around there, back testing. Trying to back test 5 some. We're starting to break 7 on Apron. Up to 710. Phase is still holding. Just keep an eye on that if that continues to hold 19. NAIB, I'm just going to take off. There's no reason to look at that. So we got Apron and Forge both pushing. Very nice, very nice. All right. You did that again with you didn't have the market button clicked, or the markets buy on you had a limit order. I've done that so many times and missed so many plays. That's why I'm laughing. I know your pain. So we are getting pushed back below 5 now on Forge. Remember, Forge has to hold $5. All right, let me finish up with this news. We're getting, this is there's only three, 4 stocks here to watch: Forge, Apron, BWV, and Phase, unless there's something else that I'm not seeing. But I haven't seen anything else hardly do anything. And let's see if there's any more news that is important. I don't care about what that JP Morgan says. Bonds shoot higher. Okay, so this is important news. Apron still pushing up to 713. Forge retesting 5. U.S. bond yields moved up broadly on Tuesday amid uneven trading conditions after data showed consumer confidence rose. You gotta be kidding me. Where did they pull the data that consumer confidence has rose? All of us are technically considered consumers. Right now, there's 7 of us in here right now. How many of you guys confidence rose in the economy. Nice push on April up to 720, still going forward. Just bouncing off of that $5 up to 510. I see Rudy took a position 496. You might. It's already back tested the 5, so that was the back test there you got in on. It's just kind of a fight between Apron and Forge at the moment. But both of them still running up together. Forge up 45% versus the 20% on Apron so far. Okay. What's driving the markets? I don't care what you guys say is driving the markets. It's probably nonsense. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. But okay, there's some data in this. Summertime trading conditions that continue to plague U.S. rates market as economic data came in. Tuesday's release, the Conference Board, CPI. The CPI. Oh wait, confidence index. Oh no, that's not the CPI. Sorry. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, so this just came out. I need to actually read this and figure out what's going on, what they're talking about. See what these. Well, I need to see what the numbers are. I don't really care what they're talking about. Okay, so supposedly consumer price index jumped. All right, or not price index, confidence index. What is a confidence index? Who are they? I want to know who they are polling for this index. What consumers are they asking about this to get the data for this index? It's not like the CPI where it's data directly off of, the currency supply and all of that. This is an index based off of consumer confidence. Like I did not get sent a poll or a brochure to fill out from the government saying, hey, how's your confidence level? Did any of you guys get that? All right, anyway. Meanwhile, U.S. home price growth decelerated. We're very confident. The consumer confidence is there, but home price growth has decelerated, so your houses have dropped in value a little bit. The Core Case-Shiller, what is it? S&P Core Logic Case-Shiller 20-City Index came in with a 18% year-over-year gain, down from the 20% on the previous month. Okay, so that's still bad data. Okay, I don't know where the confidence is coming from. Data also showed ongoing U.S. labor market strength with with job openings rising. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. This is so dumb. I'm going to read this slow. And they're happy. This is supposed to be, like, I guess, positive. But I'm going to read this really, really slow so it really sinks in. Forge cracking, getting rejected off of 5. Still holding 475, though. Phase did just bounce up a little bit more to 1920. That's what I was saying. Keep Phase on watch. So, data showed ongoing U.S. labor market strength with job openings rising. The first increase in 4 months. But, and like I've been saying, nobody can, huge seller sitting at 720 on Apron right now. That's going to have some problems breaking. That seller's got to get taken out. But anyway, companies aren't being as aggressive in trying to fill them in the light of a slowing economy. All the companies that I know have been laying people off. They can't afford to pay their employees right now because of the supply shortage nonsense and the inflation and the cost of goods being outrageous. These job openings did not just open like, oh, we magically made 11 million more jobs. No, 11 million more people just got laid off. That is not a good thing. So stupid. All right. Okay. Nobody cares. Let's see. They're saying Jerome Powell's comments push the 2-year yield above 3.4%. highest level since the start of the great financial crisis in 2007. By his words, okay, by an old white man who wears glasses, he came out and said something, and it pushed the 2-year yield above the highest levels, or above the 3.4%, one of the highest levels since the start of the great financial crisis in 2007. Is that what they're calling it, the great financial crisis now? Okay. Markets are pricing in a 75% probability that Feds will raise interest rates by another 75 basis points in its September meeting. So we'll see. If they do that, that's going to be perfect, because they're going to do that, the market's going to crash, and then October they're going to go, oh God, we can't do that, we got to reverse course. It's becoming more and more obvious. Okay. So that is based on, they want the... So inflation's still at 10-11%, and they're going to try to push to 3.5 to 3.7% to stop the 11% inflation. That's not really slowing down any. All right. The spread between U.S. 10-year yields and 2 years was around minus 34 basis points on Tuesday, an inversion that tends to signal recession. Okay. I didn't really need that to indicate a recession. Indeed, UBS economists say they now see 60% chance of a U.S. economic contraction within a year. We're already having this. This is already happening. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to read what that all says. Gold, silver, soften. Is there any other news besides the nonsense? Dividend stocks. Let's see. Prices are clearly increasing at a slower rate. That's about the housing market. We already went through some of that. A whole lot of talk going on. A whole lot of yapping. Not a lot of data. A whole lot of yapping. Okay, so Iraq oil exports unaffected. So, okay, oil fell, right? But where's oil at? Oil is at, looks like apron's still breaking out. Very nice. Forge giving it up, kind of. Phase up to 1930. Nice bounce off that 19 area. Very nice, very nice. So there was money to be made today, definitely. Two different plays off of apron and forge, and possibly phase. Well, I mean, if you got phase at 19 off of that bottom, you'd be up about 30 cents a share. So let's read this about oil. Iraq oil exports unaffected by political unrest. Oil futures fell Tuesday to over worries the economic outlook and energy demand outweigh concerns over tight supplies. So let's break that down for a second. Oil prices dropped because investors worry the economic outlook and energy demand outweighs concern. Energy demand. Oil dropped because of the outlook of energy demand? That doesn't make sense. Not at all. Okay. Let's see. What's going on? We got all this stuff. Oil investors are worried about inflation, weakening global economies. Yeah, so higher inflation means weaker economies, means people are going to have to work more, means they're going to have to pay for more gas, means everything that runs on gas is going to be more expensive. Oil's going... I don't understand. I don't understand how people come up with this backwards logic. It's so crazy. I mean, it says it right there. It's so dumb. All right, anyway. Inflation is near double-digit territory in many of the world's biggest economies, causing more aggressive interest rates that will likely curtail economic growth. Well, I've already told you that. That's not even true. A lot of the other economies are already reversing course. Unrest in China apron still running all the way up to 750. Beautiful rip. Unrest in Libya and Iraq served to help boost crude. So we have some little bit of war going on between Libya and Iraq, and that helps to boost the crude prices. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, then right here. Since then, a number of OPEC members have backed Saudi comments, so potentially the next meeting could be quite interesting. Although it would be difficult to justify cutting output when Brent is crude oil above US $100 a barrel, because we're real close to that. OPEC is garbage. However, oh my God, here we go. Here we go with the hopes and dreams. Why are there people in control, in power of things, who are going off of hope and dreams and butterflies? However, we continue to believe. So that's nothing. They just believe that potential. We continue to believe that potential means nothing. Intervention from OPEC provides a floor to the market, which is not too far below recent lows. So they're even saying. So this goes back to the beginning of stream. This is really funny. This is really, really funny. Back at the beginning of the stream, I was saying about how it's driving me nuts how people are saying, yeah, gas has went down, it's better than it was, but it's still $4, $3.75. This is basically the same thing they just said. We continue to believe that the potential intervention from OPEC provides a floor to the market, which is not too not too far below the recent lows. So the $4 of gas is what they're saying is most likely to be the new floor for gas. All right. Meanwhile, the Energy Information Administration will release its weekly data on U.S. petroleum supplies, which is going to be low. On average, analysts expect the EIA to report a fall. Yep, I called that one before I even read the next sentence. A fall of 1.9 million barrels. Oh my gosh. Where's this consumer confidence at? I just saw that 11 million people have been laid off in the labor market. I just saw that oil prices are going to go up. I just saw that the housing market is about to crash. I just saw that the interest rates are going up too high, which means that we can't pay back our interest on the debt. That's why we had to reverse course, or not reverse course, but start QE in the first place. All I'm seeing in the news is terribleness. No matter how you try to put the nail polish or the nice spray paint or whatever on the pile of dog shit, it's still a pile of dog shit. Our economy is dog shit. It's been dog shit, and it's not getting better. The media is going to try to sugarcoat it as much as they can, but at this point, I mean, you can see it clearly in the news headlines where they contradict themselves. I mean, just they on a daily, literally on a daily basis, every day the media contradicts themselves. The top economic analyst in the country. One thing about those top economic analysts, especially the ones that work for the government, are paid by the government. So the person paying you is going to tell you what you can and can't say, especially when it's involved with the whole federal government. They have to fluff it as much as they can. This is the soft landing idea. So far, let's see how this soft landing is playing out. Yeah, that looks real soft. That looks about as soft. That looks about as soft as a. Oh man, I don't know. I was gonna come up with a good metaphor, but it's just so sad. Like I don't even want to make jokes about it because it's not funny. This is terrible. This is terrible what's happening to people's 401ks and their accounts and stuff. They worked 30, 40 years, a whole life to get this 401k built up, and now it's just dissipating by the day. All right, anyway, I don't see any reason for the NASDAQ to come back up, like I've been saying, until they reverse course. Another interest rate hike was going to drop the market more. It's not going to help inflation. They already pushed us up to that 2% area. Inflation has not stopped. So what's another 1% going to do to the inflation that's in double digits? Because the CPI has changed from the way they used to. We're actually around 17, 18%, which is why the U.S. dollar index shows the U.S. dollar is so strong, yet all the prices of everything are so high. Doesn't matter how strong your U.S. dollar is if your U.S. dollar still ain't buying shit. So, let me see real quick on these comments. You seen that the news on oil was playing? Yeah, for sure. OPEC's known. OPEC is known all the time for doing that type of stuff. They plan the oil market moves. They use the futures to short them. Same thing where I exposed that nickel short that happened towards the beginning of the year with Chase and that Chinese nickel producer. I've not heard any other news that they're not still short on nickel. So if nickel keeps rising, Chase may go out of business. Yeah, you did kind of chase that trade. You were kind of late to the party on it because where I was calling it was down here off of the trend line. That's why I don't, especially in a downtrending market. We've seen all morning resistance lines not breaking and support levels not turning in or holding at those new support levels not holding at the old resistance levels. We keep seeing rejections. Not to say that Forge is done yet. It's still in this nice uptrend, but you did buy at the top of the resistance instead of at the bottom of the support on the uptrend. Now, I did have a little quick pop. It did try to go, but like I said, with this NASDAQ, okay, yeah, oil's still over 90. So oil is still over 90 a barrel. I'm not sure. And it's on an uptrend. It's on an uptrend with support right here at 86. I actually agree with that economist who said the floor is actually not going to, the floor is like right around, here probably now. We're probably hitting the floor on that. Because that is it also. Look at that. That's a double bottom off of all this support. And you could, if you wanted to, call it an inverse head and shoulders. Shoulder there, head here, and then this other possible shoulder, especially pull back a little bit more. But yeah, again though, if OPEC does shenanigans, who knows what could happen with that. Apron's still trying to test that 750. But alright guys, that is it for me today for the stock market. Like I said, well, it'll be starting in 30 minutes, but I'll probably start the crypto live stream at 12 since I'm 30 minutes behind on this stream today. Yeah. For sure, Rudy, for sure. But, yeah. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share with everybody, and we also have started the new Framework Fortune Media Network YouTube channel where you will be able to go find all the content creators' content in one place. Every single upload from any channel in the Framework Fortune community and media network will show up on that channel. Let me grab you a link for that as well, and that includes Reliable Rudy, Stonks and Chomps, HH Trader. My brain is blanking. It includes both Framework Fortune channels. We're adding Chaotic Good. She will be, she puts out content pretty much weekly. She's just not all the way onboarded yet to the media network because of how busy that I've been with the DLA DAO project. Which, if you're interested in that DLA DAO project, if you are into cryptos or into gaming or into both, I would highly suggest you take it out. Or check it out. Don't take it out. Check it out. Let me find this. Where you at? Link to this. I'm going to drop it real quick for the new media network channel so that way if you want to be able to keep up to date with all the content creators at once, you can always come to this channel or subscribe and turn notifications on, and you'll know when any of us go live. Which also includes the DLA DAO live stream, as it has, we do some live streams and stuff like that from there. And we are on Twitter and Twitch. And soon, after I get moved, Framework Fortune HH Trader will be on Spotify. That's right. We will have Spotify ready to go with previous live streams, previous debates. Now HH has his own separate Spotify, and then Framework Fortune will have its Spotify, and then of course anybody else in the media network, Reliable Rudy, when he's ready, will be able to hop on that Spotify as well. But here is the link to the new channel. Oh, hold on, let me make sure it's the right link. There we go. Before I take off here. Bada boom. So yeah, there's the media channel on YouTube. You'll be able to follow everybody. Find out when people are going live. Like I said, for stock market morning streams, I will be streaming every week from now on, Tuesdays and Thursdays, except for next Thursday when I'm actually moving. I didn't think about that. But after I moved, 2 weeks from now, we'll have a nice set concrete schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 Central AM for this morning stock market live streams. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. You guys stay safe out there, stay smart. You got to really strategize during these times when it gets real rough like this, and just look around you. Ignore all the media hype. Use your own eyeballs to do your analysis and make your own decisions. When you move, no, actually, I'll be going Eastern, I guess, at that point, which is actually what I'm used to. I was born and raised and all that in Eastern Standard Time. So when I move, well, no. When I move, the time will not change from Central. Okay, so when I move, I will be going 10 a.m. to 11:30 Eastern. Right, we're an hour behind in Central now, so that's the 9:30 to 10:30 hour window. So that's not going to change. The Central will change to Eastern, but it will be in the Eastern time at the same time as the Central previous posted. Does that make sense? I think I got it. It makes sense. Also, Forge popping its little head back up there. Still riding up that trend line. Maybe trying to test 5 again. All right, guys. I am out of here. Stonks, I can hop on with you. You're going to have to give me probably about... Oh, boy. Give me like 15, 20 minutes. And then... Yes, I'm a time traveler. Exactly. That's how I knew the market was going to crash 3 years ago like this, because I traveled into the future and I saw it. I came to this exact moment in this live stream right when I was reading that news, and I was like, "You right?" That's what happened. I saw that, and then I came back. I came back 3 years ago. That's what happened 3 years ago. Is on a live stream. I don't know. I got too much to do and too much on my brain right now. I got to get out of here. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Remember, I will be going live on the Framework Fortune crypto channel. Probably not quite on schedule, but here in about an hour. So right around noon Central, 12:30 Central, somewhere in there for a crypto update along with a bunch of other updates. Keep an eye on Forge the rest of the day and Apron. But, yeah, that's it for me. I should set up like Charles Schwab then. I don't know what you mean. We'll talk about that later. But, all right, guys. Hit that like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Come join us in the Framework Fortune Discord community as well, where all of the content creators in the media network are in there. HH, especially all the time, coming with analysts and trades he's trading during the day when he's not live streaming and all that. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time for like the 15th.